Hi, Alice Rode here, spiritual psychologist. Today is a very informal way of channeling, showing you a bit of how channeling can also be. The way I do it is it's very informal in the way I'm laughing, I'm making jokes, it's a back and forth with the Arcturians I'm talking with, or the tall white or dragon. Those three will come through here today. And normally I cry and laugh. This time we only laugh. There's no crying involved, but sometimes that also happens, right? Because it's just so intensely beautiful and such a pure energy they bring through. Anyway, so today you can experience how you can, and that's something you can learn as well. I talk with you about that in the end. This very informal way of just chatting, basically, with your spirit guides or with your higher self, or in this case, galactic beings, or your guardian angels, or whatever you want a conversation with, or someone that passed away for that matter, right? So enjoy this very different way of channeling, and that is mine, and that I think is great to also show you. All right, enjoy. So I'm a spiritual psychologist and I channel. I'm a psychic as well, but here on YouTube I mostly channel whatever wants to come through, whatever is needed for humanity, and specifically starseeds for this moment in time, every moment in time. Yes. So I would like to open this portal. Let's get on with it. Let's get into it. So I like to open this portal of high frequency love, energy, and unconditional love to come through here. Whatever is beneficial for starseeds to receive right now, yeah. And I say, yeah, I'm already in communication. So yes, it is beautiful and beneficial. They so agree with my intention. Thank you for that. Makes me happy. With that, channeling is not only serious, that's speaking with your guides, your spirit guides, your higher self, your guardian angels, or any galactic being for that matter. Doesn't really matter with whom. It doesn't need to be so serious. You don't need to sit for an hour in meditation and then have beautiful, wise conversations. Now, a lot of the channeling I do here is like that because that's what's coming through, but they say, yes, wouldn't it be nice to have people feel how light it can be? Yes, I would like that. So I'm just handing that over to you guys here on how to do that. We have never done this, so how do you convey the lightliness of a conversation? Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I have with me here, okay, we just having my console here. Okay, great. A few of them that I would like to introduce, not all of them, because I want to keep some for myself. There is Arctur, the Arcturians. That's where I came from when I chose to come to Earth as a starseed. I'm very connected with them. They are with me. And we have, oh yeah, I want you to feel that for a moment. If you can feel energy, oops, just connect to the Arcturian, which I call Arctur. Very original name. Oh, so just feel that energy. His energy is now coming through. Oh yeah, very high. He's 9-dimensional, so it's very high frequency. Anything you want to say, Arctur? Okay, Arctur is normally very serious, but he's in because I want to keep it light today. He's trying to fit in, so to speak. Okay, here he comes. Hey, yo. No, I'm not serious. No, this is serious what he's saying. Hey, yo, what's up? How is it going? No, I'm making a joke. I know that's not the audience that would require such speaking, but yes, I love the fact that we make it some lighter. And although yes, I am the serious type, and I am the one that comes with high frequency, high consciousness, from that higher consciousness, from that higher plateau. That is what comes most natural, right? To say what it is. You have a question, I say what it is. For the jokes, you have to go to Tali. He will be coming in a moment, right? But why I'm here with you today is to allow you to feel the Arcturian energy. So just tune into that if you can. It is not hard work. It is the opposite of hard work. If you're trying so hard to feel it, it is an opposite of that. It is relaxing in, as if you're falling in a very relaxed chair and you don't want to get out of that anymore because it's so comfortable. That's how you surrender. That same feeling, you surrender. You just fall backwards in it and you know the chair is going to catch you. Right? You surrender into that energy. Great. Love it. And know that I'm speaking here, but with Zui, it's never one. It's a collective of Arcturians that is always with you and you can always call upon if you need any support. We are here for you. Absolutely. And you might ask, but where do I call upon? I mean, what is it that I can ask? Oh, I love that you say that, Arctur. So good. Yes. You might say, what to ask? Well, you can ask about your boyfriend. How to, I'm just giving an example, how to relate to his low vibration. Or you might ask the route, that's a silly one, the route that I take from home to work every day is so familiar. What other route can I take? Can you guide me today? And then allow me to take over the steering wheel. Now, not literally, you drive the car, but let yourself be guided and feel, do I need to take a left or right here? Should I take? And just go. And maybe you want to do that on your way back from work to home instead of the other way around. Yeah, that's a good advice, Arctur. Good advice. Yeah. And then see where you end. And maybe it's not home immediately, but maybe you get somewhere where you can see a beautiful sunset, or you see something else of your neighborhood, or you meet someone on the way, or there might be simply a billboard with a word that resonates with something in your mind and remembers you of something you needed to be remembered of. Now, don't expect you to know what the benefit of this derouting that you're going to take is bringing you. Just accept whatever it gave you, and you don't need to analyze afterwards. I'm still talking as Arctur. I'm still channeling, in other words, right? My eyes are open. I don't know why. I like it. So yes, that's one of the things. All right, thank you. Thank you, Arctur. Yes, I step back so someone else can come forwards. Okay, so Tali is a tall white. To me, it's like, I don't know how tall he is, just very tall. It's like a building tall somehow. Oh, the building I have there, how much meters would that be? It's like 2 floors? I don't know. It's thin, long, white. And I call him Tali because he's so tall. Tali has a great sense of humor. I don't know if that will come through today, but let's see. Oh, he's like, oh, let me. It's my turn. Yes. Tali, go. I go. Oh, it is so wonderful to be here. Absolutely wonderful and delighted to see all of you in the physical realm, but more in the energetic realm. Energetically see all of you here connected to wherever you're connecting to this. Such a pleasure, so much fun. And I love that indeed nothing has to be serious when we talk about channeling or higher wisdom. That it's higher wisdom doesn't mean that it needs to be serious at all times. I mean, you can crack a joke, and the funny thing is let me speak for myself. I don't always get the jokes that humans make, but I'm doing my best, right? I'm trying to crack one now and then whatever that means. I don't know what you're breaking there, but I can crack some, not jokes, but be funny at times. At the moment, I can't think of anything. So let's see. You're driving that car. Let me follow up with Arctur. Arctur, you're coming from your job. You're driving to home, and then he sends you to. And then he sends you far away to where you don't know where you are. You're getting lost. Well, you're never lost because you have a phone. But you're in this empty parking lot, and it starts to rain, and it's getting dark, and it's absolutely uninspiring. And you think, what the fuck, Arctur? Why are you sending me? I think that is humorous, Dalit. I think that's funny. Yeah. Yes. And so there you are, having surrendered to the guidance. And how did that feel? You're not sure. You feel like, I just want to get home. You put your GPS off and drive back home. So what did that bring you then? Many things, actually. First of all, you did something different. You didn't follow your normal routine. Very healthy for the human mind to get out of the human routines. Because if you want to change, if you want to shift, good one, Tali, if you want to expand yourself, it is beyond that what you already know. So if you do every day in and out what you already know by driving the same route and going to the same job and doing the same things, or to the supermarket or whatever fitted into your circumstances, you're not creating any expansion there. Now, expansion is not only when you sit and meditate or when you are listening to this video or do things like that. It is a receiving. What we're talking about is an action, because actions are the best way to show that you want to expand, the best way to show that you're ready to do things different. And then the rest will follow. So it is more a, yoo-hoo, I'm here in my freaking parking lot in the middle of nowhere, following the guidance, doing something different, getting out of my routine. And perhaps that is just all. You followed, you have been following, which is wonderful. It's a great beginning. And you taking yourself away from your routine. And you don't need to know why that was. You can ask, but in principle, you don't need to know. Perhaps it was just because you needed to get out of routine. Perhaps it was because you needed some time alone. Perhaps it was because you need to feel how it is to follow and surrender, and then not knowing and not deciding what the outcome should be. If you surrender, it's not, now I surrender and take a different route, and that route is going to be amazing. No. You have then just put all the coordinates. You have just put, as a Dutch word coming, fixed everything on that route. So yes, it's different from a routine, but it's not surrender. No, if you just wanted to do a different routine, it's fine. If you want to surrender, then that's not surrender. So let me then, okay. Yes, Tali is saying, okay, want to explain why it's so important to surrender. But we have someone here looking at time that would like to take over from there. Thank you, Tali. It is my dear Drago. The small dragon, no, not so small. Small too, relatively. It's like a human size, a little bit bigger than a human size. Dragon, that's just me in another lifetime. He sometimes pops in, very lively. So let's see what he wants to say about that. Yes, here I am. Here I am. Thank you for inviting me to the party, Alice. Thank you for everyone for being here. Where are the balloons? No balloons on this party. But Talia was saying about why is it so important. So let me see if I can answer that. Why is it so important to surrender? You have your own free will. Why would you surrender? You don't need to. You do your free will, you do your life, you do what you need to do. But if you want any guidance, now let's put it like this. You come into this life, you forget yourself. You forget yourself, yeah, in a way. You forget who you are and you find yourself back. And it takes a route, and there you go here and there and this and that, and fall into some pits and crumble. No, that's very Dutch. Come out of it, get yourself out of it, and continue walking until you look and find yourself. And anyway, you know the route, you know the drift. Now you're figuring out life. You have been figuring out life. You have been doing your life. You have been creating your life, often from enormous amount of limitations, right? Everyone agrees. And here you are, finding yourself, feeling into yourself, knowing who you truly are, your soul, your higher self, your higher frequency. Isn't that freaking amazing in itself, right? So why would you then surrender again? Why would you give up on that? You're already so connected. Now, hey, if you can remember if you can remember your dragon self and know that that's part of you, if in case that is, for many, for some it is. If you can remember all your past life and have everything integrated as a multidimensional being, am I not talking smart here, Alice? You are, Drago, you are. I love it. Keep going. Yes. As if I've been practicing. Yes. All right, so if you can remember all of that, which you shouldn't, it's too much to handle anyway. And then you have all the issues in those lifetime, please let them be where they are. All you need is to just enjoy your human life, doing what you came for. And just sit back and relax. Now, what you do in life is not sit back and relax. No. You stand up and you walk and you run and you move and you're busy bees. You're figuring it all out, thinking that you need to know. And you don't. So before you forgot who you were, you didn't. Now you can say you were a child, but still, you just were and enjoyed life as much as you could in the circumstances that you were born into. And here you are now, so much wiser, so you think, so much, learned so much, right? You think? Drago, really? Yes. Because what did you actually learn? You learned to handle your human experience, your human, how do we call it? Your human illusion. So within that human illusion soup that you're living, you're putting it a bit to the left and right, you're cleaning up a bit, you're decorating it differently, and there you look like, oh, didn't I decorate that well? Doesn't my life look good, right? Didn't I figure that out? No, you didn't. Yes, you figured out human life, but that was not what it was about. It was about you connecting back to your overall higher consciousness, or I always like to call it your higher self, right? And that's nice to do that from a well-decorated human life. But you can also do that from an absolutely chaotic, messy human life. The one doesn't need to, it's not in that order, right? Now, eventually you want to have you don't want to live in chaos and mess, but I'm just saying, you want to come back to that, right? And so why do you want to surrender? Because then when you surrender, you get all the support, which is always there, but you don't know. But then you actively get all that support, or no, that's not the right word. You are allowing that support to come through in such a way that it's way more effective. Because if there's support coming through and tries to push you to the right and you keep moving to the left, it tries you to, for example, okay, this is a very silly human example, to stop smoking, who still smokes, but to stop using substances. alcohol, drugs, cigarettes. It tries to push you in a way to stop that, because you don't need that. Even ayahuasca and all these things and mushrooms, you don't need all that to get in that connection. It is a stepping stone, but then get over yourself. Get over yourself and leave that behind. You don't need any of that. All you need is surrender to the guidance. It is telling you where to put your feet. It's telling you what the next step is. And it's, if you are still on those substances and it tries to get you from it by getting you very sick of it, or making you puke of it, or having horrible experiences, or whatever way it can think of, then how much easier would it be if you would just connect with that and surrender to the guidance and knew and feel that, yeah, it's time to stop those substances because they don't do me good, right? And perhaps there's something else that comes instead that makes it a bit easier for you. Perhaps you start to discover perhaps you start to discover how raw food is really helping you, because it makes you feel so pure. Now, Drago, this is, I hope, not a commercial for raw foods. No, not at all. It's just an example. And if you're into raw food, just go. If not, not. It's all good. Nothing, one thing is better than the other. It is what your body requires. Just an example. So wouldn't it be easier that you then immediately follow your instincts, which is guided, than to make it such a hard time for you being on substances for a long time? It takes forever to come back, right? So guidance is a shortcut. He wants to say it, I don't want him to say it. It's a shortcut to heaven. Or we say heaven on earth. Really, Drago? That's the language you're using? Yep, that's the language we're using today, Alice. All right. I think, I don't know when we started. I think this has been very long. I have no idea if this is something that you want to watch. Maybe you stopped the first 10 minutes already, but if you're still here, this was just a demonstration of how loose and simple, and it's, you hear me going back and forth, right? He brings through something and I'm commenting on it, or before, and that's the funny thing, before something is said, I can already sense what's going to be said. But if you would ask me, why am I laughing, or I don't really know. Maybe I do, but it's yeah, because it's on a level that information comes through so fast and in such amounts. It's this telepathic way of transforming information, which has, when we talk, is just a little bit information back and forth, or me now talking to you one way, right? But with the telepathic way, it's like so much information at once. So I can already sense into what's coming there. Anyway, I think we need to close here. This was that's how it can be, right? And that's how I would like it to be for you. So shall I talk about it? Yeah. If you want this kind of conversations, there's so many places you can go, I'm sure. I'm also just starting a mentorship program for Starseeds. Sorry if you're not a Starseed, but I really, really want Starseeds I like to focus on that, because when a Starseed is really shining their light, it's like fireworks. And that's what we need at this moment on this planet. So that's why I focus on that. So in this mentorship program, one element of it is having great conversations with your guides, right? Or your team, whoever you want in that team. Great conversations that you can just have while going in the car, or not with your eyes closed, obviously. I have whole conversations when I have long drives, or when you're cooking, or watch where you are, right? But and that's one thing already. I'm distracted. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm doing there in the mentorship program. It's more about you living your highest timeline, ta-da, and living aligned with your higher self. and living aligned with your higher self, I will take you in a mentorship program in 90 days, guaranteed. Because if you're not doing that in 90 days, I guarantee I keep on working with you one-on-one until you do. Now, some people get nervous by that guarantee because they have to perform that in 90 days. Hey, you don't have to do that. We can take out the guarantee. The only reason I put it in there, that I'm sure you're capable, or I'm sure that my program is capable to do that. If you want to take much longer for it, be my guest, right? Be my guest. We can always tweak something there. I'm talking way too long, but if that is something you're interested in, just join my Facebook group. There's everything, or just connect with me. All the information is here below. If you want to have a guide, a starter guide that shows you how this all looks like, what's the program, what does it entail? The starter guide already gives you the map, so you can get started with that yourself. I'm babbling on. We're going to close here. It was a pleasure connecting with you. If this is something you liked, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I'm sure next time it's going to be like an ordinary channel that we have, and not so bubbly and informal as this one. I just felt like it for once, right? To show it to you. Much, much, much love. Until next time. Bye-bye.